What's going on YouTube? My name is Roger Senpai, and today I'm going to be talking about should you cosplay a popular character or not. Now if you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. For those who don't know, I'm a cosplayer and a writer. I have a cosplay website, rogersenpai.com, for helpful cosplay content. Go check it out. I'll leave it in the description below. Alright, let's get started. Alright, to start, I'll just give you the TLDR of it, which is like the summary of it. It's really up to you if you want to do a popular cosplay or not. Don't listen to what other people say or whether you should or shouldn't do it. It's really honestly up to you wherever you want to do it, and whatever your reasons may be, it's all good. Everyone has their own reasons to cosplay, right? So everyone has their reasons to pick their own characters and everything, so it's really up to you. Now, with that being said, there are reasons why you may or may not want to cosplay a popular character, and this is what the video is going to be about. I'm going to go over 5 reasons why you probably would want to cosplay a popular character, and then I'll go over 5 reasons why you might not want to cosplay a popular character. Alright, let's go into it. Alright, the first and foremost reason why you'd want to cosplay a popular character is, hey, it gets more attention, and it's more popular, so to say. I mean, take me for example. If I cosplay Deku from My Hero Academia, of course people are going to know who I am, and it's cool. It's a popular series, it's what's hot right now. It's one of the biggest anime. It's definitely a lot bigger than if I were to cosplay Callus from Batten Kaitos, which is one of my favorite games, but nobody would know who that is. So that's definitely a huge reason why, right? You go to a cosplay convention to socialize and everything. You want people to know who you are, right? I mean, you spend a lot of time, whether it's buying a costume or making your own costume. I think a lot of people, reasonably so, want people to recognize which character they are. So in that sense, if you want to cosplay a popular character, then it definitely makes sense to have someone that people know. So I mean, it's a really valid reason. I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to do something that you wouldn't know, right? I mean, I've done both, right? I've cosplayed well-known characters, and I've also cosplayed obscure characters, so I kind of seen both sides of it. Whereas, like, if somebody knows who you are, it's pretty cool, and then if you do an obscure character, it's like no one knows who you are, so it's like, oh man, it kind of sucks. I mean, there's goods and bads with it, but I'll get into it more into detail. But first and foremost, right, it's definitely gets the most attention. Okay, a second reason why you'd want to cosplay a popular character is, hey, you get more opportunities to socialize at a convention, right? I mean, if I cosplay from Genshin Impact, because a lot of people play Genshin Impact, it's going to be easier for me to talk to people or to break the ice with people. Whereas if I say, I don't know, if I cosplay someone from Final Fantasy IV, I mean, it's a great game, but I don't think a lot of people have played it in a long time, so it's going to be harder to talk to people about it if somebody asks me about my cosplay. Whereas, like, if I cosplay from Genshin, hey, everyone plays Genshin, right? So it's a lot easier to do that. And I think, whether we like to admit it or not, I think social interactions at conventions are a huge part of the experience, where people go out and they want to mingle with people, and cosplay is one way to do that. And by cosplaying a popular character, it's definitely a lot easier to meet people when you have something that you can relate to. You can talk to a certain anime, you can talk to a certain video game, and everyone has the same interests, but it's definitely a lot easier when it's a character that a lot more people know. Okay, another reason why you'd want to cosplay a popular character is because it's just generally easier to find online. Like, a lot of cosplayers, including myself, we don't make our own costumes. I don't know how to sew for shit, so I'll admit I'm happily admitting that. But there's a lot of other cosplayers like that. We just buy our costumes online, or we get a commission. But the thing is, it's a lot easier to find a popular character online because it's being more mass produced than, say, an obscure character. Not necessarily cheaper, which I'll get to in another section, but it's definitely a lot easier to find online. Whereas, like, if you want to find the most obscure character from, like, a video game or an anime like 20 years ago, it might be harder to find that costume. So it just makes things easier when there's a popular character, and it's easier to find. Like, I could find a Naruto costume, a Sasuke costume, or a Deku costume pretty easily online. But if I want to find, I don't know, like a like a Rareware game from the Nintendo 64 game, I probably won't have much luck finding that costume. I probably would have to get a commission, and that would end up costing more. So that's one advantage of doing a popular character. Alright, another reason why you'd want to do a cosplay a popular character is it's easier to find group photo shoots for it. I mean, if you're doing a costume from Fire Emblem, from Naruto, from My Hero Academia, or like say Marvel, it's going to be a lot easier to form a group photo shoot at a convention than say if you're doing an obscure character, because how many people are you going to find who's cosplaying the same series as you? So if you're the type of person that likes to do group shoots, or you like to take pictures with the same cosplays from the same series, then you definitely want to do a popular costume, because it's going to be a lot easier to form a group together to do a group shoot together. Alright, my last reason why you should do a popular character is because of social media. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's easier to get engagement when you're doing a popular character. I'm not saying that you should only do popular characters, right? I mean, you could always do whatever character you want, and it could do well on Instagram or not. But it's definitely, in my experience, it's definitely easier. I've noticed I get more engagement when I do a popular character at the time. I mean, I don't go out of my way to do it all the time, but sometimes I do it, and I notice I get a lot of engagement on the so-called popular costumes, and then the ones that are more obscure, then I don't get as much engagement. But it's definitely a fact of life that the more relevant the character, the more popular it's going to be online. So if that's important to you, then definitely consider doing a popular character. Okay, now that we've gone through the reasons why you should do a popular character, let's go over the reasons why you shouldn't do it. Let's start with the first one. The first one is, if you hate seeing other people doing the same cosplay as you, then you probably shouldn't do a popular cosplay. Now I never really understood this. I don't know. This is what I heard. Some people just hate it when they see like somebody cosplaying the same character as them. I never had that feeling at all. Like, I love it when I see other people cosplay the same character as me. Like, for example, when I'm cosplaying Marth and I see another Marth, I get so excited. Like, yo, Marth! I call the other Marth. I'm like, yo, can we take a picture together? And then the other Marth gets excited too, and we take a picture. And then I did the same thing when I was cosplaying as Kaya from Genshin Impact. Like, I always got excited when I saw another Kaya. I'd always want to get a selfie with them. So I don't know. I guess everyone is different. So if you don't like seeing people do the same character as you, then yeah, then you should probably stay away from the popular characters then. Alright, second reason why you may not want to do a popular character is if your cosplay is good, people are going to stop and ask you for photos non-stop. Like, I personally never had this happen. I mean, I've had some costumes where I get bombarded with photos, but not as much as my other friends. Like, they can walk like 2 steps and they can't even get by without somebody asking for, can I get your photo? Can I get your photo? It's like, it's non-stop people asking for their photos of the costume, which is fine, but logistically it makes it hard for you to attend like your stuff that you want to see, like the panels or the photo shoots you gotta attend. So it does make things a lot harder to get around logistically if your cosplay is good and you want to get around, but everyone's asking you for your photo. I guess you could cover up or something your costume, or don't wear it. If you really have to get somewhere, I guess you could hide your cosplay somehow. That's one way to go around it. But yeah, that's one disadvantage. That's one thing about cosplaying an obscure character, is that nobody really bothers you. And the odd time that somebody does know your cosplay, it's really cool that when somebody knows where it's from, it's the most obscure thing. So that's one advantage of doing an obscure character. And one disadvantage of doing a popular character is that people are going to notice you, and it might make things difficult to get around. Alright, a third reason why you might not want to do a popular costume is it's hard to distinguish yourself from other cosplayers who are doing the same cosplays as you. Because I mean, if they're ordering from the same website as you and doing the same thing, it's going to look pretty much similar. So unless you're really skilled and you can make your own modifications to the cosplay, it's going to be hard to distinguish yourself. Another reason why you may not want to do a popular costume is it's not very budget friendly, because the most popular costumes, or the ones that are newest, they're always going to cost the most. Like, you're going to pay full price for a costume online that's brand new and popular. Whereas like an older character, you can get it on clearance, you can get it on sale when when the cosplay store wants to clear out the the inventory. But when it comes to a new cosplay, they know they can make all their money, so you're going to be paying full price for it, which may be difficult, because I know a lot of you guys, a lot of you cosplayers are on a tight budget, so that can be really difficult, especially if you're, I call it cost swapping, when you're constantly doing new cosplays all the time. It adds up the cost. So especially if you're doing new ones all the time, it costs so much money to do. If you're constantly selling cosplays and trying to get new ones, it can get really expensive. So doing popular cosplays is not very budget friendly, so to say. My last reason why you may not want to do a popular cosplay is it's pretty easy to judge yourself and be self-critical when you see other people doing the same costume as you. This is one of those things that I don't think people talk about, but I mean, it is something that people have to go through. I mean, even I admit that I sometimes feel it too. You know, when you, let's say for example, you see someone cosplay the same costume as you, and then you get someone asks for their photo, but they don't ask for yours. So you start thinking, oh, is my version of the costume not as good? Maybe my version sucks. Like, it's one of those things that you know, if you're a person who judges yourself a lot or very self-critical, it's really, I think doing a popular cosplay will only what's the word, you know, magnify that type of issue when it comes to that. So that's something to be aware. I wouldn't say that should be the reason why you don't do it, but it's something that you should definitely consider. It's something you should tell yourself, okay, you know what, I want to do this for fun. Some people are gonna like it. I mean, if you like it for yourself and you want to do it for fun, then that's the main reason why you should do that type of cosplay. Do it for yourself. Don't do it for just for other people. I mean, I guess we all kind of do it for other people in a sense, no matter whether we like to admit it or not. But you want to do cosplay for yourself, because I mean, at the end of the day, cosplay is a hobby. We're here to have fun, and that's the main gist of it. So try not to be too judgmental on yourself. Okay, that's it. That's my video on whether you should cosplay popular characters or not. Like I said in the beginning of the video, it's totally up to you what you want to do. If you want to do a popular cosplay, go ahead. If you don't want to do something more obscure, go ahead. It's really up to you who you want to cosplay at the end of the day, and both are good for their own reasons. So that's all I have to say. Oh, and before you guys go, I do have a cosplay post on my website that I do every year. It's called Popular Cosplay Ideas for the Year. So I am going to update it for 2023 in a little bit. I'll put the link in the description below. I should have it up by the time I upload this video. If not, then just check back in a couple of days. But it gives you all the popular cosplays that are going to be popular in the year. So in this case, it would be for 2023. So check it out. I'll leave it in the description below. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please check out my website, and I'll see you guys next time.